וסור וסור ברבינה. והחוכמה מאין תימצא, באיזה מקום בינה. והחוכמה מאין תימצא, באיזה מקום בינה. באיזה מקום בינה. והחוכמה מאין תימצא, באיזה מקום בינה. והחוכמה מאין תימצא, באיזה מקום בינה. איזה מקום בינה. הן יראת אדוני היא חוכמה, וסור וסור ברבינה. הן יראת אדוני היא חוכמה, וסור וסור ברבינה.
Welcome. What a blessing, what an honor to sit with everyone. My name is Sarah Chandler, and I'm the director of Romemu Yeshiva. It is such a joy to have this opportunity just in the middle of the day to sit together. Before I pass the mic to Rabbi Ingber, I'm going to say a few extra words to orient everyone to this space. Today is the first day of our daily sits. Romemu Yeshiva is bringing folks together, dozens of you, and soon hundreds, over almost 200 people signed up to join us this month. And we're going to be learning about meditation, but mostly we're going to just be sitting together. And so some of you might ask, well, I'm curious about meditation. I'm curious what makes this a Jewish practice. I'm curious what are other Jewish spiritual practices that I might engage in. Many of us come on Shabbat and have called Romemu a home for many, many years. And we hope that you will continue to do that. And one of our goals at Romemu Yeshiva is the integration of study and practice. So we are looking forward to this very special weekday practice time. And we also hope that you will, after this session is over, go on our website. The link is in the chat. Go on our website and see if any of our fall classes are a good match for you. We have classes with Rabbi Ingber studying connections and parallels in Jewish and Buddhist practices. We have another class that is a continuation of a big favorite called Hasidic Masters, which starts tomorrow, also with Rabbi Ingber. We have a class about sleep. We have a class about Sefer Yetzirah with Rabbi Jill Hammer. We have so many amazing classes coming up. And so we hope that you take advantage of the practice time we have now and all of these opportunities to study together. Finally, before I pass the mic to Rabbi Ingber, this is being streamed to our YouTube and our Facebook page, but only the speaker's face and sound are being streamed. So for some folks, they prefer to have their video off. If you feel comfortable having your video on, we love seeing your faces. And we find that, especially for new practitioners, it really helps us stay present for the entire meditation and the entire sit if we do leave our videos on. So that's a choice there. As soon as I finish speaking, we are going to close the chat so that everyone can be as present as possible. And we'll open it again at the end so we can all say hello. Reb D, I pass you the mic.
Yasher kochech, Shamir. Bruchim habayim to everybody. It's so good to be with you all. And this is a makom bina. This is a place of being held in Kabbalah. Bina, the quality of bina, which means understanding. Bina is to understand. In Jewish mystical practice, bina is associated with the womb. And so I'm hoping that this 18 minutes of meditation that we're going to be doing daily is a chiyut, it's a source of vitality for you as you are holding this day and being held by this day, and that it creates a container, a bina, space, a place where you can feel that you can rest. This month that we've entered into, the month that is immediately after the Chagim, after the high holidays. Today is Rosh Hodesh. Today is the new moon of the month called Heshvan. And the Kabbalists in our tradition, the mystics, say that Heshvan is playfully read as chash, quiet, right? Being quiet after a very busy holiday season. A quality of chash, which means to be quiet, to be silent. Chashmal is electricity, but it means the silent speaking that happens when things interact with one another, this kind of silence and dynamism. That, of course, meditation is a very dynamic practice. We stay awake and alert, even as we are silent and attune ourselves to what's on the inside. So this quality of cheshvan that I want to cultivate with you today on this unique instance of Rosh Hodesh, of the new moon of Heshvan, is associated with the letters that are the letters of the month in Kabbalah. The letters of the month, the letters in the Hebrew alphabet are associated with months and with qualities. And the two letters that are associated with the month of being silent after much activity are the letters Dalet and Nun, the fourth letter, Dalet and Nun, which spell the word din, or judgment. And so as we sit together today in this silence, we're going to be also working with judgments. And any of the judgments that might be arising: I'm not Jewish enough, I'm not Buddhist enough, I haven't meditated enough, it's not enough, this is not enough, this breath is not good enough, it's so good. All of the ways that the mind will produce judgments, and the ways that we will silence those judgments, not by actively engaging with them, but by being aware of them. And in that awareness of what is arising, there is the possibility of it also not becoming tangled in it and entangled in it. So I invite you, the bell will ring and we'll be sitting for 18 minutes, 18 minutes of silence. But I'll begin with a brief direction and a brief intentions and some guided elements and instruction in the practice. And every maybe 4 or 5 minutes, 3, 4 minutes, I'll come back in just to check in with all of you. The practice is your own, wherever you are, in whatever place you are in. And so we hope that it nourishes you and holds you as you and I and all of us turn our attention towards Heshvan. Just find your seat wherever you are. I'm just noticing, perhaps you'd like to close your eyes just to more easily access what's arising in the mind. We'll have meditations where we keep the eyes open, but just for today, to gently close the eyes and allow yourself to be fully present, sitting up in your chair or lying down, bringing some awareness to the body and energy. If you're seated, inviting you to gently drop the chin ever so slightly as you feel some length in the back of your neck. Inviting you to become aware of the dark visual field that might appear with your eyes closed, and just notice. Sounds might arise. Just notice whatever sounds without grasping for them, and bringing a gentle awareness to your breath as it enters the body and as it releases, noticing your body in space now, just noticing the quality of your shoulders and bringing awareness not a complicated awareness, not a big effort, just to notice what is, noticing the sensations in your body. Bringing awareness to the solidity or the feeling of the chair beneath you or the ground, or whatever it is that's holding you at this moment, just noticing. And with great tenderness, inviting you to become aware of any thoughts that might make their way into your awareness. Just to be attuned to any of the typical mind conversation, chatter, the dialogue, really monologue with ourselves that is a almost running feature of our experience. Judging and narrating, just notice. And if you notice a thought or even a sensation associated with that thought, just note it. It's like, oh, there it is, there's the judge. And then very gently bring yourself back to noticing sensations in your body. And play with this for a little bit now. The minute you notice, the minute awareness arises and notices, oh, thought, oh, judgment, oh, narrating. Just very non-judgmentally notice the judging. Just noticing, oh. And very gently invite yourself back to sensations of the chair, of your body, of sounds. And all judgments, all din, is like the letters themselves. A dalet, which is a door, and a nun, which represents nafal, when we fall. Every judgment is a doorway to our own vulnerability. What it is that we feel is worthy of being judged, or that which separates us from our own experience. And so, noticing our judgments as doorways to our vulnerability, bringing yourself back to awareness of your body and sensations, and noticing any narrating and any thoughts that might be accusing you or judging this moment. And so natural. In Heshvan, we can still them, gently bringing ourselves back to our sensations, into the present moment fully. As we develop awareness, we realize that all phenomena, all thoughts, all feelings, all sounds emerge from the great Ein Sof, from the great Infinite One. Each and every expression like a wave in the ocean of being. And so who is it? that is judging? What is it that is judging? Thoughts seem to have a life of their own. They arise. And we, the one quote unquote judging, witness them as they just float, arising and falling away. And what remains is Ein Sof, the great infinite being that all of us in our core are. I invite you in the last 5 or so minutes, if you feel called, to gently open your eyes at any point and just to take in the visual field in a slightly diffracted way, but not fully back in the room. Just allowing objects and sensory perceptions to begin to enter and notice the judging mind. As that happens, you can close your eyes again afterwards, if it's too much, but just to note what it's like to notice the mind's overlay on your experience as your eyes reopen. Is there a story? Is there a judgment? Is there a surmising? Is there a preference? Is there a like or dislike? Is there pain? Is there pleasure? Is there a story? And just note that story. And come back to the present moment. And as we enter into our last 2 minutes of practice together for today, I just invite you, if you feel comfortable, bringing your hand to your heart, and maybe holding your belly with your left hand, right hand on the heart. Some way of holding yourself as we bring as much compassion and as much non-judgment as we possibly can bring to this human being that sits here, this one that you are. Just holding yourself in recognition of the great effort that is involved in showing up and just being. A great effort that is expanded in all manner of thinking and fantasizing and running from and running towards, and all that assails us each and every morning, afternoon, and evening as you hold yourself. and each and every member of this Sangha, this Tzibur, this community that's here today and wherever. Just tremendous compassion as we recognize the value of pausing, of cheshvaning, of chash, silencing the intensely judging voices within our heads and outside, to bring some rachmanna, some compassion, some wombfulness to this human endeavor. As the bell rings us back.
Thank you, Reb D. Thank you, everyone, for your presence. We had people watching us on Facebook and literally joining in the last 2 minutes. It's so amazing to be with all of you. We're going to reopen the chat so folks can say hello and thank you. And we're going to sing you out with Makom Bina by Deborah Sachs-Mintz. And I'll remind you, we have a full semester of yeshiva courses some starting tomorrow, some next week, some in 2 weeks. We'd love to see you there. Make sure to click on that link. We have generous financial aid available, and we'd love to accommodate as many people as possible in this fall semester. Thank you so much, Reb D. Thank you, everyone. Thank you to Ari, who is holding us in the back end.
And I just want to say to some of you that I haven't seen in a while, I can't wait. Hasidic Masters tomorrow. So each and every day you can study from 1 to 2 and then come right into the meditation. Good to see you. Nico, we miss you, brother. So many good people. Have a wonderful day, everybody.
החוכמה בעין תימצא באיזה מקום בינה והחוכמה בעין תימצא באיזה מקום בינה